Hi, good morning. Kevin and I were just having a chat, Kev Wilkinson from Advanced Welding, about the new Efuse. We decided, as is the theme at the moment, to record these so people can get a feel for it. Efuse is a battery-powered electrofusion. Obviously, control point, we love anything electrofusion, especially technology-based. Kevin, what was the reason that Advanced Welding decided to develop Efuse?
Well, hi, Wes. We actually have two main reasons for developing the Efuse. The first is its environmental impact, because everybody nowadays is trying to make their own little bit of effort towards reducing carbon emissions. And electrofusion or butt fusion, any welding, when it's done on site, you need to use a big dirty old generator, often a diesel generator, to actually carry out the welding. And this is obviously polluting. So if we move to battery technology, then this is a lot greener, which allows customers to do their own little bit. The next step, as well as environmental, is usability. I mentioned before about using a generator. Well, you have to carry the generator to site. You have to set it up. You've got cables trailing across the site, and it's not very usable. So a lot of the world is moving on to battery-powered power tools. So it just makes sense to have a battery-powered welding unit because it's just so much easier to use.
Yeah, I mean, the generators are pretty heavy, aren't they, in terms of, they're not a light thing to lug about.
No, they can be, a standard generator could be 70 or 80 kilos.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, it's new to the market. You kind of started making people aware of it in December last year. Obviously, it's been trialed and developed. Do you want to give us a bit of background about where it's been used?
Yeah, well, we actually started to design this about 3 years ago, and we were having customers asking us if we did anything battery powered because it was the way forward. And we were saying, yes, that's a good idea. We'll have a look at it, knowing full well that we were in the process of developing it. It actually got to the point where we could field trial it last year in August. So we put it out with GTC in August, and it's been running with them for a 6-month period now. That was done through our distributor, MCA Fusion. Now, GTC are predominantly a house connection installer. So in that 6-month period, they've actually done best part of 5,000 welds with the machines. There's 5 machines out there. So there's about 1,000 welds per machine that's been done. So we do know it's had a lot of trialing and testing, and we know the capacity is good. We know there's no issues with it at all.
Yeah, and obviously GTC is one of our control point clients, so we've seen the data as well. And I know you're going to probably cover it off on the next thing, but what are the kind of top 3 features for Efuse?
Well, the top 3, the main one that a lot of customers are wanting nowadays, especially if you're working for somebody like Thames Water, you have to actually map and show your CO2 usage of all of your operation. And there's a big push to try and make your operation more net zero. So the first thing is the environmental impact. Now, if you use a generator or during the 6-month trial period, we looked at the average welds done. And if you were to use a generator to do those, compared towards using an Efuse, the Efuse is actually 98% reduction on CO2 levels.
That's amazing.
And now that's just if you're using standard electricity. There are companies out there that will offer you a net zero electricity, a green energy. So you could actually make the unit completely net zero. So that's the first big thing, is its environmental impact. The second is its increased productivity. What we saw during the field trials is that because the guys were not having to carry a generator between houses, they weren't having to start the generator and set it up, productivity actually went up dramatically. Now, the third thing is its capacity. The unit is capable of welding up to 355 millimeter diameter, which is more than most people will need.
Wow, yeah.
But if you're actually only doing small diameters, 32 mil or saddles, house connections, you can actually get 200 welds out of one battery. And even when you've done that and the battery's flat, it only takes an hour to charge back up. So I think its capability and its usability is the big selling point of it.
You should develop batteries for iPhones and smartphones. They don't last that long. You're like the Nokia of battery boxes. So increased productivity. I'll have to let the guys downstairs know in the inspection lab.
You'll need more inspectors to keep up.
And finally, obviously it's a brand new product. If people want to know more about it, what do they need to do?
We've set up a dedicated website, which is www.efuse.info. That gives you all of the features and benefits. The product will be being distributed in the UK by our main two customers, which is MCA Fusion and Sunbelt Rentals. So if you wanted to purchase one, or indeed just rent one, just to sort of give it a go and see how it works, contact one of those two customers and they'll be able to help you out.
Grand. Well, we certainly think it's revolutionary control point. So, Kevin, as always, appreciate your time and thank you for today. It's been good. Thank you.
Thanks, Wes.